Hello, everyone. Welcome to another round of Arbitration Studios as we wheel and deal across the whole damn thing of the Mass Effect trilogy. We're in Mass Effect 2 right now, and I swear I've seen this show before. Didn't we do this already? We're waking up. Well, I just woke up in order to do this. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, there are worse things to wake up to.
Indeed.
Indeed. We are covering Miranda Lawson's story today. And that perfectly, that Miranda Lawson, her whole story is that she was the ultimate test tube baby, basically a clone of her father, only deliberately made a woman instead of a man. And clearly, we see her father eventually. Her father did not have dad ass.
No. Miranda is my favorite character in the entire franchise that I never use. And that's a very specific area, but I have a couple of characters I really like that I never use them.
Well, we talk about Thane in another video, and about how he's a fantastic character, but his gameplay sucks. Same thing kind of happens with Jack. But yes. between the mechanics of Mass Effect 2 and how they kind of geared Jack up, she was not she was not well suited in gameplay for how she is portrayed outside of gameplay.
No, you're absolutely right.
Now Miranda, I think, it's funny that you don't use her because gameplay wise, she is actually incredibly useful because she has both the overload ability and warp, and her character specialization boosts the rest of the squad, including the player, in terms of their damage output.
Absolutely, and there's the rub for me, anyways, with Miranda, who I again love the character. It's just when I play, I typically am taking our two holdovers.
Best Friend Squad.
I'm taking Best Friend Squad. That is who I typically play with, and so she has no place on Best Friend Squad. That being said, the changeover to Mass Effect 2 and how Mass Effect 2 is run and everything like that, I think they, if there was a fourth position, if you could take a third companion with you, making a squad of 4 instead of a squad of 3,
like you could in Dragon Age.
Miranda would be my number one pick. But again, I'm a Best Friend Squad guy.
Fair enough. And since we are not insanity-only metagaming types, we play because we want to watch our favorite season of Star Trek over and over again.
Exactly.
Season 5 of Voyager is my favorite of all time. Just because it gets weird.
I'm kind of partial to the Dominion War with Deep Space Nine.
Yeah,
pretty much all of it.
Once season 3 kicked in, it was just like, oh yeah, here we go.
Tasty space battles.
So, the thing up front, Miranda's character arc is one where we're not supposed to like her.
Yeah,
she's arrogant.
Yep.
She believes she's earned that arrogance too because she was crafted to be perfect. And it's weird because there's almost a juxtaposition there with Grunt, who was also crafted to be the vision of perfection for his species.
But his species is just much more desirable than Miranda.
Anyway, you fucking simp.
No, and when I say that, it is tongue in cheek, certainly to go with the running gag of me loving Krogan, but
you also love Krogan like JD Vance loves couches.
It's very true. However, I think that the Krogan are a lot more consenting. But that being said, I think that when I say that, I mean that their culture lends them and their personalities that of the Krogan that you get to actually see their personalities are just much more delight. Like they're much more attractive in the sense of hanging around him.
Yeah,
being around him.
I will never hesitate to have this clip of the SR2 leaving Tartarus Station.
It still gets me every time I replay this. It still gets me a little bit to see that bad boy.
So back to Miranda and her character and earned arrogance because she was created perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, it's an interesting difference because Miranda knows that she is created perfect and leans into it. Grunt knows that he was created perfect and it fills him with doubt.
Yeah.
And part of that is because even though he was, I don't want to say an adult, he's clearly more in the adolescence when he's hatched or birthed, or I don't know what the proper term is. That decanted?
Decanted? I like decanted. I'm not sure if that's the appropriate term, but I think it fits.
Anyway, but Grunt has the adolescent self-doubt to him. He's not, in terms of characterization, Miranda thinks that she's a fully actualized character, and she's just here to be the badass to get you over the hump. In the first act. And then you find, oh no, sweetheart, you are just as broken as the rest of us.
Yeah, you have to let your Krogan breathe a little bit before you partake of them. But I think that here we have Edie. Another one of my favorite additions to this game in the second game is Edie.
And we'll certainly be talking about her more in Mass Effect 3 when she becomes a real character.
Yes, absolutely.
When she becomes a real boy.
Yeah, absolutely. Voiced by the incomparable, and I'm going to mess up her name.
Tricia Heffler.
Thank you. Just sci-fi royalty, really, at this point.
Quite by accident, because she was like a Playboy model, wasn't she?
She was a model, I think, when she started. I don't know about Playboy, because Playboy just hasn't been the same since the 70s. I have a thing, but when you were dealing with Miranda, I feel like there is a little bit of her kind of knowing that she is even though she is genetically perfect for a human, she's still a human. Like, and there are a few times that she admits, oh, I know I'm still a human, and I know I'm what have you, but that being said, she does have that arrogance of, yeah, I know I'm still a human, but I'm a perfect human.
My name is Miranda effing Lawson, and I'm better than you.
Yeah,
and you know it.
Yeah. She's got that kind of MJF sort of thing going on where you kind of hate to like her, but you do.
Well, it also helps that again when we crack into the shell about her family life, about her her father / donor. It's kind of a weird relationship. Being so manipulative that like everything, even, hey, can I go play with my toys? Well, sure, if that sort of level of stuff, and how that that affected her. It was the I want to break free sort of thing, because you can't cage. First off, you just can't cage a person's raw potential and force it to your end, because you're sacrificing, when you do that, the capstone of someone's raw potential. That's why in military training, they teach you right and wrong ways to do stuff, but there's also a lot of energy that is let out to learn teamwork, to learn things on your own. This is the basic way you hold your rifle, but you got to become comfortable with the rifle itself, and you got to figure out how to make it work for you in those parameters. So that's sort of the we're not going to let people Chuck Norris try to one-hand the thing. Is my whole point. But no one's gonna come down on you because you're not holding that sight picture at a perfect perpendicular angle to the surface. If you tilt it a little bit because that's more comfortable for you, no one's gonna get on your ass for it. Miranda's father was the kind of person who would not permit you to do anything at less than textbook perfection, from what I've gathered from her interactions.
Yeah, I mean, it again, the comment on this game has been it's a video game about solving people's daddy issues, and there is a considerable amount of truth to that on this, and especially for Miranda, there is the the issue of how she appreciates being perfect and having been handcrafted to be perfect. Like she's not somebody that doesn't want to be who she is, but she is somebody who, because of having been crafted to be perfect, rebels against her crafters, because the perfect human is rebellious.
Well, and
that's, I mean, if you make her like this, she's better than you are. And she knows it. And you know it too.
And frankly, the whole thing is that human beings are a very creative species. And to take someone, even someone crafted to a standard of perfection, and to try and limit their ability to be creative, especially someone as clearly intelligent as Miranda, you're robbing yourself of that potential.
Yeah. You taking away the thing that makes us humans human is taking away their biggest advantage. And a lot of people often don't understand that, and Sci-Fi very often tells stories showing that. And I think Miranda is a perfect example of that sort of, hey, we have created the ultimate human. And then she goes on to be what they didn't want her to be. She goes on to run away. It's like, yeah, because you created the ultimate human. And that's how humans are. That's how humans are going to be.
Of all things, it was Pokemon that has the best analog on it. And I'm talking about the movies and the cartoon show.
Okay.
There was a Pokemon that was called Mewtwo, Mewtwo, and was created from the cells of a Pokemon that was thought to be extinct and very, but also at its time extremely powerful. And so those cells were tweaked and dissected and enhanced to create the ultimate Pokemon. And when Mewtwo rebelled against its creators almost instantly, from the moment it was decanted, before he was killed, the lead biologist said, "We sought to create the ultimate Pokemon, and we succeeded." Yeah, you can't, when you strive for perfection, you have to be ready to let it flourish on its own, sort of thing.
It's part of the the Promethean man or the Frankenstein's monster story, where they and keep in mind, in the original story, Frankenstein was not this dumb, he was incredibly brilliant, the creation was incredibly brilliant, incredibly smart, and there is this thing where if you make something, you make an AI that's incredibly smart and incredibly, there has to be an understanding that this creature needs to be allowed to grow to mature as they will, and not kind of be held back by whatever your preconceived kind of notions of what the creature should be are. And I think Miranda, being this perfect being, pushes out and decides that
she has a lot more power to push out.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't teach and grow a child, in particular, in laboratory conditions. You just can't.
No. You get
that was also the hubris of Dr. Frankenstein, was that he expected his creation to rise up and be from the get-go. He didn't understand that, you know, you may have created something that looked like an adult man, but you were still starting from zero.
Yeah, and I think what we have, of course, with Miranda, again, favorite character that I never utilize.
Right here, just to interrupt you for a second, is there's a reason why I include all these other things, because Miranda is a fantastic character, but her best moments come when she's interacting with others.
Yeah,
her interactions with Shepard are not Picard and Riker, or Picard and Data. There is very clearly a Spock-Kirk relationship with Miranda and Shepard.
Yeah. Shepard, I think, is I don't want to say a hero in spite of themselves, but a hero because of their humanity as a character, because of the fact that they are a very flawed human character, and at least the way I've always played Shepard is very emotional, very works off of, you know, their kind of charisma and kind of deal. Whereas
it also provides a very flexible moral center, an emotional Shepard, a Shepard that is not strictly by the book.
Yeah.
Is a human Shepard. But also, they're flexible. They realize sometimes you just gotta kill a motherfucker.
Exactly. You know. So I think that, and here we have Miranda, who is honestly, you find out throughout the series, she's not an amoral kind of get the job done no matter the cost. As she seems, she's actually a decent human being underneath.
But what she is she's very calculating, and she works in an environment and has adapted to an environment where laws and rules, not morality, but laws and rules don't play into her calculation.
Right.
Because those are just things that hold us back. That's why she's flexible enough to see the value in some of Cerberus's less ethical research, i.e. the Rachni.
Yeah. Again, here, one of the greatest villains in video game.
Yes, Jacob is one of the greatest villains.
We have Jacob, and then the second greatest, the Elusive Man. Nobody likes you, Jacob. Nobody even likes you enough to hate you, Jacob. That's the problem.
But this interaction shows another side of Miranda, in that, you know, because she was raised, and I use this term loosely, by a selfish man. She is not selfish herself. She will work to the benefit of others, even for very small, or no gain for her.
Absolutely.
Now, because of the nature of the world she grew up in, and also her professional nature, she does it in a very roundabout way.
Yeah.
Because that's the inherent limiting of having grown up and also professionally entered a world of secrets and lies.
I think that Miranda also is the probably one of the better examples of BioWare's
3D modeling. What?
Well, yeah. I mean, their 3D modeling is pretty good.
That booty has been crafted to perfection.
Indeed. They traveled the world scanning booties all over the world to get the perfect booty. They didn't really.
Generative AI.
Generative AI booty. But I think that she is an example of BioWare's old, and I say old because they've kind of gotten out of this, thank you EA, writing. How they write their characters in a way that the character comes across as a more fully actualized and not a caricature necessarily. And they don't get it 100% of the time. But BioWare back in the day, even starting with Baldur's Gate, really had a talent for writing characters that were not caricatures, that actually felt like you could imagine what they were doing when they weren't on screen. And in Miranda's case, she's when she's not on screen, she's looking at herself in the mirror because she's perfect.
Now, speaking of perfection, let's talk about her loyalty mission here and how it's not perfect at all.
No,
they try, and it's a great action movie style sequence. Gameplay, it's mid. It's okay.
It is not my least favorite mission, but it's not my by any means. It's not a mission that I look forward to going on.
It's one you just get through.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's tackle the big question right now. Oriana was Miranda's sister, close quote.
Yeah.
A genetic twin created at least a decade apart from Miranda, if I am any judge.
Yeah, that I get. I feel that. I feel that that's the, because I feel like Miranda's kind of early 30s.
I was gonna say mid, but
mid to early 30s, and then her sister comes across as like mid.
Well, she still lives with her parents.
Yeah. So
I mean, she's clearly a Zoomer if she's in her 20s and still living with her parents. But I digress. So anyway, with Miranda, quote, for want of a better word, kidnapping Oriana and adopting her off to people. The intention I get, because it's I experienced what this man who created my sister will do, does, and it's not gonna be any better for her, so I'm going to step in. But was it still right? First off, you deny. You're basically assuming that Miranda's father didn't learn from the situation. Now, we later learn that he does not.
Right.
Yeah, but that's not the point. Is that what was that? There was no wait and see.
And of course we have our favorite mercenary with us for this one.
I I don't know if I regret doing that for this one or not, but I wanted a killer on the loose, someone who wouldn't judge Miranda.
Yeah.
For this whole thing.
Absolutely. No.
Jack would be ideal but Jack also has the poor gameplay problem.
Yeah.
So.
Jack's one that I don't use, and I don't feel bad about it. Jack's one that I and even as a character, Jack is, to me, I like her in 3. But I'm not. It's kind of a. It's kind of a. I interact with her in 2 whenever I play through, only so much as I have to. In order to get the perfect outcome. There's kind of, I think, 2 ways to look at it. One, she has taken away her sister's agency.
And I hate to say it, but taken away her father's agency.
And taken away her father's agency, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, because her father's a douche. He is a douche canoe, and that is that. But that being said, I think that taking her sister's agency away, you always have to be very careful when you're taking people's agency away. Sometimes it is, in fact, unnecessary in order to protect them or what have you. But you have to be very careful when you're doing it. I think in this case, the question is when did she save her sister? At what age did she save her sister?
And we know that because Miranda's friend who betrayed her was, snapped to the face.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you using a submachine gun on semi-automatic?
Yes, bullets forever. Oh. Yeah. The look on his face is priceless.
It's like, oh shit, I didn't realize that we were going up against Agatha goddamn Fisty here.
Oh my god, it's the shepherd.
And I genuinely think that is the only time we fisted someone and it straight up killed them.
Yeah, no, just straight dead. Just, we're not messing around with this one. And now we have the kind of how I think pretty much all the fights in this particular mission are pretty much these
corridor cover shooting.
There's not a whole lot of variation going on in this particular, it all basically takes place in a warehouse almost. Mm-hmm. And so it is, like we said, it's meh. There's nothing kind of that makes me feel anything particular about this. But again, it's serviceable.
I do got to give a shout out to again, we're both big fans of Prime Radiancy and his President's Play Mass Effect video series.
Oh goodness, yes.
And when he did an episode where Joe Biden was the one, quote, playing, close quote, the game, and like they made fun of Joe Biden the way everyone makes fun of Joe Biden. Hell, even the DNC made fun of Joe Biden so hard that he straight up quit.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it was like the AI Joe locked in, went through Miranda's entire mission on insanity, without a single death. Up until a glitch at the very end forced him to reload and have to do the last fight over, mm-hmm. and then racked up 4 more deaths. And then he went on the collector ship and went through without a death at all. It's just all the while AI Trump going, haha, you're totally gonna lose. You're totally gonna lose. Haha, you're gonna have to pay for all my lawyers. And it was just fun.
It's a great. That's a. I think that's.
But that's why what that guy does is so brilliant is that he parodies these guys so well.
Yeah, he does. He does a great parody. I think that. So back to looking at our playthrough, because we're not nearly as funny as he is.
Well, we're just geeking out over this stuff.
Yeah, it's very true. And then my never-ending Krogan jokes.
Speaking of which, if we were going to do, and we're not going to because I'm not going to pay money for the AI voice generation, but if we were going to do anything for an AI parody series on this, whose voices would we do?
Oh, whose voices would we do? Oh, geez.
Because I got an idea, but I want to hear yours.
Well, my idea would be, I think all of the James Bonds, actually.
Oh, goodness.
I think that would be...
Damn, that's good.
I think that would be, Sean Connery, just letting Sean Connery be Sean Connery. Like,
so angry, Scottish, completely misogynistic.
Oh, absolutely. He'd be like, oh, look at this young lady here, just hiding behind, just waiting for a man to come and take care of her. Just totally awful Sean Connery. And then we would let...
Daniel Craig, because as it turns out, Daniel Craig is something of an uber geek.
Yeah. And
so we would have to have him, like, almost otaku levels of nerd.
Yeah, there's that, but also Daniel Craig being the modern... anti-Sean Connery. Really just having that going on. And then in between that...
Timothy Dalton doesn't get video games.
No, Timothy Dalton does not. Which could be funny, having Timothy Dalton be there, just, not getting what was going on. But no, I think, honestly, Roger Moore would be your kind of center between the two of them.
Roger Moore would be the hardcore gamer.
Yeah, but I think that having Roger Moore on there with Sean Connery as this super right wing, conservative minded kind of old world, sometimes you need to slap a woman kind of thing, to all the way over here where you have Daniel Craig, who's like, the modern sort of
hear me out on this joke.
Yeah.
George Lazenby.
Oh.
No. Here's the thing about George Lazenby. His picture is there, but he never speaks.
that would be amusing.
Except like in the post-credit sequence of, gentlemen, I just finished our drinks. What are we doing? And the show's over.
Oh, you know what would be funny? If it was George Lazenby that was playing. And then the other guys doing the commenting, and then at the end of it, he goes, I did the heavy lifting with none of the fanfare, or I actually worked while you guys just talked, something along those lines. But I think that that would be a hilarious use. And I love that you write it and then you have the AI saying it. You don't have AI actually, writing it.
Well, no, I wouldn't have AI write it. I'd just do AI voices reading the scripts. So that's better than what I was going to suggest. See, I was going to do Kenny Omega.
Oh, a wrestling one. Yeah.
Evil Uno.
Okay.
Adam Cole.
Ooh, yeah.
And MJF.
Okay, honestly, the thing about that is that you wouldn't necessarily need AI. I think you could honestly convince at least 3 of those guys, if not all 4, to do it.
Well, that MJF is why we would need an AI voice.
Yeah, but no, I think honestly, and we're kind of going on a tangent here, but I think in the case of MJF, you could get him to do it in the way of just be the heel, like be the heel guy doing it, and make him like, I'm contractually obligated to do this nonsense, but I don't play video games. I have a life, and just like the whole time, just be cracking on the other guys.
But then whenever we do something completely heel,
yeah,
be like, that's how you handle this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Have him get excited about it, and have him be like showing that he does, in fact, I don't play video games, but if I did, I'd be better than you. That sort of thing. But I don't, no, I think Kenny is certainly, and here, right there is honestly kind of my general problem with third person or even first person shooter is when they get close, it gets more difficult.
Well, that's why they handed you the ability to fist things.
Which, I love a good fisting.
But
I do love a good fisting from a Krogan. But anyways, hey, you got to give the people what they want. And by people, I mean me.
See, if it was for the fact that they broke up recently, I would say the best friends in Orange Cassidy.
Oh, that would be hilarious. And
especially Orange, like, yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah. Whatever.
Have him be the most awesome person ever at this. Just like he is in the ring.
Indeed. This mission is, it's not boring enough to be boring, and it's not exciting enough to be exciting.
Well, and also, it's the kind of mission that, frankly for you, and I'm not saying this to knock you.
No, it's fine.
It doesn't match your skill set.
No, absolutely fine. This is like eating at Applebee's. I'm not going to complain about it, but I feel bad about myself if I have to do it.
Is it bad that I miss Applebee's right now? Because the one that was around the corner from our house, my wife's and my house, is it got closed down, torn down, and now it's a bank.
Yeah, no, see, Applebee's is, you know what? Applebee's is a little, to me, is a little like the the first Mass Effect.
Mm-hmm.
In that there was a certain quality to it that's now missing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a certain aspect to it that is now missing in modern Applebee's. And I just can't put my finger on what it is.
Culinarily speaking, it was always McDonald's with booze.
Yeah,
So,
no,
but I liked it. That's what I knew it was shit. That's why I liked it.
It's not, but it's also reliable. It's
Uh-huh.
also reliable. You can, if I go to an Applebee's in New Hampshire, it's going to taste the exact same as an Applebee's here. And so, gosh, that's that's not necessarily a bad thing. But yeah, no. Yeah, this mission is the Applebee's of Mass Effect missions. Really, it's the ending fight. I feel like is something of a like garlic nachos. Just kind of like, oh, that was really good. That was surprisingly good.
Mm-hmm.
So the ending fight kind of lifts up the caliber, maybe from a D+ to a C. Of the whole thing.
Yeah, it filled me up and it gave me flavors that I wanted. It just didn't do anything impressive. That Asari is rocking a Claymore shotgun. How is her and didn't flinch.
Didn't even flinch. Just
so it was like
I like
her shoulders have to be like China levels of built up.
It's
everyone likes to focus on boobs, butts, and maybe legs if you're feeling a little saucy, but Joni Lars deltoids, man.
Oh, dude, her delts were man. That is just incredible. So here we have a Mexican standoff where we actually don't care about killing anyone involved in this. Let's just kill them all.
Like, Miranda doesn't want to kill her best friend right now.
Yeah, she doesn't, but I do.
Yeah.
Because I'm Agatha damn Fisty, and I want to just be fisted.
ABF, always be fistin'.
So, we have generic friend number 12 going on here, because the variations on facial designs were not heavy in this game.
Well, like 5% of human population were all rejected clones from Miranda's father.
No, he is the Genghis.
That's why they all look alike.
He is the Genghis Khan of cloning.
I was just waiting for you
to
finish getting dressed, or does Cerberus let you whore around in that? And if we had Jack here, she would have went ha with no sense of irony because she was wandering around essentially topless.
Yeah. Miranda. I think Miranda's costume is what it is at the very least.
It's very I talked about Star Trek Voyager earlier. It is very much in the vein of Jerry Ryan's outfit.
Yeah. Oh, here we have the chance of being good.
Boink. Nope.
And we did not take it.
Nope.
Because we are Agatha goddamn Fisty. And now, yeah, there we go.
And there's the one instance of Miranda being absolutely awesome in the entire game, and we will never see anything like it again.
Never. Absolutely never. And again, this particular fight I find is
like this is good because it's a standoff, because it's a warehouse fight.
Yeah.
It is stimulating like that. It's just
it's stimulating on how to find where do you find your safe spot? How do you go about dropping these guys?
One of the things that I really liked about most of the Lethal Weapon movies is that their gunfights were not run and gun. It was always behind cover, and really a question of who runs out of ammo before an opportunity shows up to do something, to do movie making stuff to finish the fight.
Indeed.
Like going wide around here.
So, a lot of times when I do this fight, the lead bad guy, or the boss, if you will, ends up dying before I ever even notice. It's just that kind of a conflict.
Speaking of which, that fight ended pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
Part of it is the reduced difficulty. We're not doing this on insanity. I'm doing it on normal difficulty.
Right.
But we started on casual, and then I was getting bored.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, yeah, we're having fun doing our little commentary and whatnot, but you still had to play all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is it's giving me my yearly playthrough credit. So. I appreciate it.
See right there, even with your upgrades, you're still human.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be! What, was your mommy a Turian?
Yeah, I mean, here she is. We're getting the...
Worse! My mommy was a Hanar.
Oh.
I'm not going to kink shame your dad, but I'm going to kink why.
Yeah, I mean... Yorotsuko Dochi.
You don't understand. I'm part of the Vance family.
Oh.
I am never not going to make fun of that man now.
That's a man who looked at Yorotsuko Dochi and said, nope, not enough.
I mean, he was looking for dolphins. Dolphins are assholes. For all of the talk about how racist humans are, dolphins will kill other dolphins for being the wrong kind of dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins are it's they get that pretty privilege, like Miranda.
Yeah,
Miranda gets that pretty privilege.
I mean, Miranda is the most conventionally attractive character in Mass Effect. She's nothing compared to Tali with that ass.
Oh, Tali got that. Tali got that. Tali get... look, by 3, Tali thick.
Yeah.
And that ain't all suit.
No. I mean, and, don't get me wrong, when I have what I call the broken shepherd romance loop for lady shepherds that I like to do, which is you're romancing Kaidan, you kill Kaidan.
Well, of course you kill Kaidan. That goes without being said.
You romance Thane.
Yeah.
Thane dies.
Right. Yeah.
Then you say screw it and you go bang the hot Indian yeoman.
Fair. That's fair.
There is an alternate pathway to it where you romance Kaidan.
Mm-hmm.
Kaidan, and you see it to completion.
Yep.
Kaidan lives.
Nope. You lost me.
Hear me out. Kaidan breaks up with you.
Uh-huh.
I guess not.
You romance Thane.
Yeah.
Mass Effect 3.
Go on.
You kill Kaidan yourself.
Oh, that's an option?
Yeah.
It's hard now because him living through Weimar doesn't feel right.
Both of your romantic companions are dead by the end of the Cerberus coup, and then you go bang the hot Indian yeoman.
Well, yeah, you always bang the
with her toothbrush.
Yeah. With you. So here we have
It's the end of the story of Miranda's story, but there is one last denouement.
Yeah, I mean we finished some.
Because it's the end of Miranda's story with her father and her sister, but it's not the end of Miranda's story with someone else.
Indeed.
I really wish that we had the option to armor up before this.
Yeah, no. Here they're fighting, and of course my initial reaction is, can you two just go to bed and get over with? Because there is so much tension in this room.
There is so much porn on the hub about it.
Oh, there is. There was so much. Oh my gosh, so much.
And the thing is that Jack is right, and Miranda had one fucking job here.
Yeah.
She didn't have to say I'm sorry. She had to say what happened to you was wrong.
That's it. That's it.
And she wouldn't do it because frankly her training prohibits it.
Yeah.
Kiss, damn it.
Yes. You got to relieve some of that tension. But that being
it
said,
doesn't need to be healthy and romantic. Frankly, you two can hate each other and just like like get it out. Get your hatred out in a constructive way.
Yeah. So I actually found a way to screw this up the last time I played, and wasn't able to finish either of their lines.
Oh yeah, they both hate you
because I got them both to hate me, which I feel like is a feat.
Oh man.
But
please sit down again, Miranda. Please.
I mean, look,
the BioWare like edited out some of the obvious fan service posing on this, but they didn't do that one.
Yeah. So again, I like the story.
Mm-hmm.
That I like the journey, but the gameplay, the actual event, you got to do it.
It's something you do to get through.
Yeah, exactly.
To get to the next chapter.
Yep, it's something you do to get to the next chapter and to make sure that you get the decent, the good ending, the perfect ending. But it's just
good character, good story.
Yeah, good character, good story. Nothing exciting. Not nothing exciting, mind you, but
there is one aspect to her story, and the only reason I'm discussing it now is because we don't explore it in 3, because 1, we're femshep, and 2, we're Liara simping on this. And that is that if you romance her in 2 as a male shepherd, and then in 3 you break up, she'll fucking die no matter what.
Yeah.
And that is malarkey to me.
That is call President Biden, because there is some malarkey afoot. Malarkey.
There needs to be an executive order to fix it officially. I'm a console gamer. I can't mod it out.
Exactly. We need an official fix, because that is 100% malarkey. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's one last thing about.
Yep. Here we go.
So, been meaning to speak with us. The Great Is this the Great Confession, or is it? I mean,
I don't know.
I part of it, her Jerry Ryan jumpsuit is one thing. I actually prefer the battle armor.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. I agree. Just not the visor, but you don't really have a choice. Those visors annoy me.
This is what I was talking about she like gets the cynical side of what Cerberus is doing.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think she is she understands what Cerberus is, but she also understands what she wants, and that Cerberus can
provide it, and also is the shortest route to getting to where she.
Yeah. It was a logical decision for her. It was and in her case, she clearly shows that she works within the bounds of her position with Cerberus to do things, like help Jacob out. That might go against.
She still believes in structure of some type.
Yeah.
We're a criminal organization, but we're civilized, goddammit.
That's right. That's right.
We have policies and procedures and a human resources department.
Oh, Jesus. Cerberus is HR.
And annual sexual harassment training.
That I have to go through after every one of these for my abuse of Krogan.
So
my inappropriate Krogan comments.
But that's the story of Miranda Lawson, and we'll be seeing a little bit more of her in Mass Effect 3. But until then,
until then, She's sitting in her office doing exo stuff.
Booty out.
Indeed.
We'll be seeing you next time, kids.
Deuces.
You're coasting on good genes, Miranda. Your ability and your dedication speak for themselves.
Thank you, Commander. I appreciate that. I should get back to work, but thank you for coming by.